Hey guys, Kev here, and I have another unboxing to do for you. So, the first one here is from High Grain, is it High Grain Leather? No, High Grain Design. I'm sorry, holy shit, let me just open this. I think it's Design, sorry. Just High Grain, okay? It's Justin. Justin's a really cool dude, and he was kind enough to, send me a couple things. So he made me a slip for a fidget, so I sent him measurements and everything, and here's the slip. I put the fidget in here to kind of start breaking it in. I'm trying to figure out exactly how this is supposed to work. I'm not sure yet what I think of it. I think it looks freaking awesome. You have this piece of ghost leather lavender, so it's like, or violet, so it's purple underneath, it seems like, and then you have the white wax over top, which is awesome, and then you have this backer piece of something, I don't know what it is, some kind of Pueblo or Butero leather, which is really cool. And then the fidget, I suppose, slides in like this, and I'm just trying to figure out the best, you know, how it's supposed to work. Is it supposed to end up wrapping it around like this and kind of sit like that? Or just sit off like this and then you kind of fold down to pull it out? That's what I'm kind of working out in my head here. And then carrying it, I'm not sure how that's going to work because it's kind of big, you know? Like, here's one I have from Oak City Leather Supply, which utilizes the same kind of process. I don't know what they call this. And this is for my NJT coin. And I guess it's about the same. And this doesn't bother me in the pocket. So maybe I just have to see how it pans out once it breaks in a little bit. But I think it looks absolutely sexy as hell. And yeah. So there's the slip for the S Nano. That is what it's for. It's a little fidget slider. I actually have 3 of these now. This one's Loctiting, so I'll show you this one. Very cool piece from Ant Designs. You can get these for really affordable pricing right now. This is in polished zirconium, and it's like $109 on their website. So I think that's a pretty damn good deal, but there you go. So we'll see how that breaks in and everything. I'm gonna let it sit with the slider in it, and then see how that goes. I'll let it sit for a day or two. Like, that's usually what I do with my slips. Anyway, then he also sent me I think he just said it was like a medium-sized slip for slip joint or whatever, which is very cool. If you guys don't know High Grain Design, Justin, I believe he might have a partner too, I'm not sure. They make inlays for knives. So if you have like a Riot XOM, they sell inlays. You can get leather, wood, and then you can also get fat carbons and camo carbons and stuff. So check out their website. I'll link them down below. Like I said, Justin's a good dude. I've chatted with him quite a bit. I recently was added to a group chat he's in, and so I've gotten to know him a little bit, and he's a really nice guy. And he obviously has phenomenal leather work. I mean, this is really impressive stuff. It's got sort of a taco situation going on here, and then you have 2 types of leather, which is cool. I don't think I'd use this for this, so let me just show you. But yeah, he has Evo 3.0 inlays, Jaeger inlays, Raptor inlays, Exo inlays, so a lot of cool stuff. Let me just grab a knife I really love, slip joint. We'll grab the Feel Good here and see how that goes in. I guess you would face it, I don't know, it's a little different than my slips from Troy, so I'm not sure how to go in with it, but let's see. So that way, gets that far, which is pretty much how I like it, at least on my Northwoods slips. I like a little bit sticking out so I can grab the knife and pull it out. It usually gets easier the more you use it. So this way, let's see, does it hide the... So there's the tip. Hides the full blade. This way, it hides. It's about the same, right? I don't think it makes a difference which way you put it in, honestly. I think it might hide a little bit more this way, so I guess that's the way I'll go with it. So I'll have the blade facing the stitching, right? That's pretty sweet, actually. I really like this slip quite a bit. Got a really good look to it. I don't know what the leathers are or anything, but man, that knife fit in there pretty damn slick and comes out easy. I'm sure it'll only get easier. Now I have this, you know, matching slip for this knife from Troy here. I love this slip, by the way. I just love how thin his slips are. That's one advantage you get with the way he does stuff. But this is very nice. So I don't know what to put in it. Guess I could just carry this in there. I'd say the Feel Good is probably my most carried. So whether it's this one or the Limoncello, it doesn't make a difference. And I think this works, right? So let's just go with it. We'll slide it in, put it in there. So she said, it's kind of cool. The spine kind of tucks up against the back here. And there's really no, you're not really breaking it in. You know, usually with these, I work in the edges. With this, you don't really have to do that. So, wow, that is damn sexy. All right, Troy, you got a little competition, buddy. Holy shit, that's nice. Very similar in a sense, size-wise. Again, thinner over here. I like that aspect, but we'll see how this feels in pocket. So I'll carry this, and we'll see how it goes. So there we go. That is the High Grain Think Designs slip and fidget slip, which is cool. Still not sure how this is going to work, but we'll see if it, as you carry it and stuff like that, as I carry it, maybe this will flatten down. And if it flattens down, then I think it works. But if this kind of stays flappy like that, I don't know. I think I'd prefer it to just be, you know, a drop-in, or I don't know how that would work. But the quality here is impressive. Very, very cool stuff. So shout out to Justin. Thank you for sending these my way, dude. I'm going to put, figure something out. Put this in my pocket. But, yeah. So I have that, and then I real quickly just want to show you a flashlight I got in. I did break this, actually, and I reached out to Roby Vaughn. They're the ones who sent me this. I reached out to them and asked them to send me a new one. I broke this little latch right here, and you're probably wondering, how the hell did you do that? Well, this thing takes a AAA, so it actually runs on 2 batteries, which is really cool. And there's a review coming on this, but I have it locked right now, so you just hit it a bunch of times. And it blinks right there. It says AAA and then LiPo, which is, I guess, lithium polymer battery. And it'll blink and tell you which battery you're using. So it's using the AAA right now. And then you can go into moonlight mode. And then 1, 2, 3. It'll switch over to the other battery. So now I'm using the lithium polymer battery, which is cool, right? And it'll automatically switch when one of them dies. So if this battery dies, boom, it switches over to the lithium polymer. Really cool design, and it's not a big light. It's very small. I mean, my daily flashlight is a CWF Micro Arcadian, you guys know. And it is well shorter than that. And then it's obviously a little bit wider, but it's about the same thickness, so it's a very interesting light. Does this clip on? There we go. And I don't love the clip, obviously, but for what it is, I think it's a genius little design. Now, there's some things that I can't quite figure out, like this is supposed to be red lights. In the instructions, it says you triple click, you get to a red light. Well, all I ever get is this Jizz light. The Jizz Finder 3000, you can see right here. I've got Jizz, I guess, on my mat. Whoops. Is there Jizz on my hand? Probably lots of it. Lots of jizz. Let's check the left hand, actually. So you have that. You have just a regular light on here. And you can go through modes with that, which is pretty cool. And then triple click, you're supposed to get a red light. You don't. You get UV. And the instructions had UV, too. So I think you're supposed to turn this one on, then triple click. And get red, but you never do. So that's interesting. And then you hold down, you get a just kind of a I think this is a turbo sort of mode. Then you can click for a moonlight. Click back off. Then you can double click and you get a regular flashlight, and then from there you can click high, medium, right. I always try to put it on low, click off. Then you still get that turbo. I mean, it's very cool. Triple click for strobe warning. Anybody who has epilepsy, please turn this off now. Please, please, please. Strobe warning. You can get a strobe there. And then I believe you can also strobe this guy. Is that right? Oh, no, maybe you can't. Sorry. Was that the thing? I swear I could get this to strobe. No, maybe not. Alright, anyway. So, I love it, right? It has all those features. Well, it doesn't tell you how to swap. Like, it doesn't come with the battery installed. So you're like, how do I get this AAA in here? And you see this latch, and you're like, oh, okay. So you pop this, and then you pull this up, right? Like, this comes up, is what I thought. So I'm yanking on this. I'm pulling on this. The instructions, I'll show you. And I gave them this feedback because it bothered me that I broke it. I'm like, where's the instructions? I actually read instructions. And it says right here, pull latch, unlock, how to replace AAA, right? Press. It says to press and then pull latch. So I'm like, okay. So I press down, pop the latch up, and then I'm like, okay, so I'm yanking on this thing, trying to get it up. And I'm like, oh, maybe I'm supposed to, like, pop the latch up higher. So I push on that, and then the latch literally just came out of there. And, yeah, I kind of fixed it to where it, you know, it flops back down. I got the piece of metal back in, but it doesn't really retain over this anymore. And it kind of sticks up. You have to push down hard on it, and then it'll kind of sit up sometimes. It's just not good anymore. And it's unfortunate because, you know, it worked well before. And what you're supposed to do is pop the latch and then push over. And I tried that. Like before I broke it, I was trying that. I was pushing this way, trying to get it to, you know, and it didn't work. Well, it turns out you push this way. And that's how you do it. You just push that out of the way, battery falls right out. Which, by the way, if you're wondering, this actually works with a 10440. So I have a 10440 because that's what I use on my CWFs. I have a whole bunch of them. So I just tried it. I was like, fuck it. I already broke this thing. I might as well try the 10440. If I fry the battery, who cares, right? Or if I fry the thing, who cares? And so I put 10440 in, and it works. So you can, it automatically wants to switch over to AAA for me when I put it in. At least it did before. Hold on, let me, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now we're on AAA. And turn that off, and there you go. It works. Haven't had any issue with it like blowing up or anything, overpowering anything. I'm assuming I'm getting a little more output than I would with the normal AAA. I don't know. I was kind of thinking I'd use this as the backup, you know, so I'd have this on. But it kind of makes more sense, I guess, to use this as the backup because it's chargeable. I don't know. I don't even know. I have no good reason for anything, honestly. Both are great. And you can lock it. You just click it a bunch of times. You know, that's how I roll with these things. I don't really learn anything, but there you go. It's locked. You just got to click it a bunch of times. That'll unlock it. And you have a clip. It also comes with a key ring. It's freaking awesome. It really is. It's probably my favorite affordable light that I've ever tried. And I've really liked a few, the Dapper Designs Ion and some other ones. A lot of the Through Nights. I have another one from Through Night in right now, the Saber, which is really good. Just simple, low, and high, and it's done. But, you know, it's bigger and bulkier and everything. So I'm going to highly recommend this Rovimon. It's not as complicated as other ones I've seen for some reason. It works for me better. Maybe because it just has the 2 buttons, and they kind of make sense to me. Has USB-C if you don't like the battery thing. You can just put a AA in here, or AAA in here, and then always make sure you're using the LiPo, or the LiPo, and you would never burn through that AAA, and then you could just have it as your backup. And, you know, if you don't like having batteries, flashlights with batteries, you just have it as an emergency backup. Or you could just dump it. I mean, you don't have to have a battery in here. See, still works just fine. I gotta unlock it, but still works without the battery. It's not like it won't work. It's lighter technically, I guess, but yeah, I just think it's cool that it takes the 10440. Also, if you charge it or anything, it will unlock it, I think. So I'm going to show you about that. That's really cool. Then we have 2 boxes from DLT Trading. So I got the Concept Fenrir again, Lefty. Now, I believe both of these are coming for Josh Worth. I think he ordered some stuff. At least I'm pretty sure, because I don't have any kind of affiliation with DLT. Oops. Okay. Let's see what Josh Worth did. Let me put away my Rovimon stuff here. That was the E5, by the way, from Rovimon. I think there's different versions. I think they have one that has the red lights, and that's why their instructions have that. But yeah. So this, I believe, is a Subvert. Yeah, he said there was like a sprint run Subvert. And he told himself if they ever made one or something, he would buy it. So this is a 20 CV carbon fiber Subvert. So you have the titanium. It's basically a subframe lock. And then you have the whole shitty detent. Classic Spyderco. You could thumb flick it. It's pretty much... pretty much how Spyderco goes. You just like, yeah, can't flick it, but the thumb flick's awesome. I don't know why that is, but it always is. Probably because it's washers or something. Although I think these might be on bearings. Not sure. But thumb flick is good. You have a nice belt satin, which is cool. And then obviously you have that 20 CV blade. You have good lockup. See any issue there. Pretty good action. Standard Spyderco centering. I don't know why I always have to say this about Spyderco and Benchmade, but they just can't center anything. It's amazing. It really is amazing. You'd think like even a broken clock is right twice a day, right? You'd think Spyderco and Benchmade would send me a centered knife every once in a while. It's unarguably the stupidest, thickest knife for no reason. I mean, it's stupid thick. You have a lanyard hole there for the 8 of you guys. Yep, change that up to 8 because Drew and Luke held a poll on their live stream, the Crispy Donut community, and they were like, who uses lanyards? And they found one more guy. So we're at 8 now. If anybody wants to start a petition to make that 9, feel welcome. And I'll update all my videos and make sure I change it to 9. Yeah, just a weak detent. But I think Spyderco guys will love it. So, there you go, Josh. Very cool. Very cool. Subvert. And this looks promising. I'm going to go ahead and guess this is one of those cool... I don't know if the knife was in here or the pouch was, but I'll do it this way. This is probably going to be one of those Evos, which is cool. Yeah, first thing I'm going to say is it feels heavy. I mean, I remember seeing all the fucking holes in it and thinking, damn, that must be a light knife, right? This has got to be light. Well, somehow, it's okay. But it, like, shouldn't be even that heavy with all those holes. Hey, look at that! It's a China knife. So it's centered. Weird. Oh! Shit. Oh, it's a China knife. Perfect detent. Sorry, I'm an asshole, but seriously, come on. This, you know what? I take that back. This might even be Tai Chung. So hold on, let's just take a look real quick. This might be Tai Chung. Yep, Tai Chung. So this is Taiwan. My bad. My bad, U.S. guys. But you know, it really stands. And it's really only some companies, but it's funny, talk so much crap about Chinese-made knives, but then, you get a sloppy detent, you get no centering. Again, this is Taiwan, which I guarantee you, some people will be like, well, that is China. The Chinese people would tell you that too. I'm gonna shut up. This flipper tab is amazing. Oh my god, the detent is beyond crispy. It's gonna be one of those. Yep, that's the one thing I don't like about the nub from Brian Nadeau, is you can ride it. You can literally get the tip out of the handle before the tip is up and out of that handle before it breaks. Which is, not my favorite thing in the world. Is it a big deal? I mean, no, because you're really supposed to just, ow. You're really supposed to just, ow. You're really supposed to just pop it like that. This has a belt satin, which is gorgeous. Really glad he didn't go hand satin on these. You have the PVD handle blade, and then you have this really cool look on the inside. They polished the inside of those. Or left them uncoated. Very, very cool. You have your standard Sharp by Design clip that is way too tight. Oh, that's gonna suck. Let me give that a test run real quick. These are thin pants too, so let's see. Hey, kind of works. Okay. On my Off the Grid pants, which are linked down below. I actually have an affiliate link now for Off the Grid Surplus. Check them out. They make my phone pocket pants and shorts. Very, very good pants and shorts. I have an affiliate link. Anyway, it's down there if you want to check it out. This does actually go in the pocket. It's tight, but it does work. I'm a little concerned with like jeans or thicker seams, that this is going to be a pain, because his clips are always a struggle. And then you see these holes right underneath. It makes me worry quite a bit how that's going to work with thicker pants. But somebody with thicker pants is going to have to tell us that. You do still have the sort of pokey flipper tab. I mean, it's not like, it's knocked down really well. It's just the shape of it. If you miss, it hurts. Now, should you miss? That's a good question. But occasionally you put too much pressure on the lock bar, or you just, drag your finger wrong, it's sweaty or something, and you miss, and that guy will hurt a little bit. You're supposed to come up here and kind of rest your finger on this area, which is nestled for your fingertip, and then pull it. And if you do that, it works perfectly fine. I believe this came in a Tanto, like a Bowie Tanto as well, maybe. And this is actually the full size, if I remember correctly. This is the full size Evo Typhoon. DLT did these exclusives where everybody else was doing the mini Evos. which is a little bit smaller. This is honestly not that big. I thought it would be a lot bigger. Fits my hand pretty much perfectly. Feels good. You know, flipper tab protrudes quite a bit, but it's pretty standard stuff. The detent is really good on this example, so that's good to see. Josh will be happy with that. And you have the Brian Nadeau initials there. So basically, same gripes as usual with Sharp by Design. You know, clip is too tight. It's a little pokey down here. And you get that little bit of play on the nub. That's just, you know, inherent with the nub. And the flipper tab is a little bit pokey. So all in all, though, absolutely fantastic. And the more I've handled it, the weight actually does feel really good. That was, I think, just from handling that Subvert. I don't know, for some reason this felt a little heavy. I do think it, like, visually it looks like it would be a lot lighter because of all the holes, but you know, I bet you this thing weighs close to 4 ounces. I'll check. So I got 3.9. So 3.9 right at 4 ounces on this, I think is good. Size comparison, here's the Fenrir. Don't actually know the size on that, so that doesn't help us very much, does it? I think this one's close to 3 1/4, 3.3. Maybe it's more, actually. What's a knife I actually know the measurement of? Oh, I know. The ruler. Dumbass. So, tip. Yeah, you're looking at just under 4, you know, between, right around 3 3/4 actually on the blade. 3.5 cutting edge. So pretty standard for a Brian Nadeau full-size knife, I would say. His minis are usually around 3.5 to 3 1/4. But he has a way of packing as much blade into a handle as possible. I think he's the best at that. If you look at where that tip ends and where the handle ends, it's amazing what he packs into a handle. So, you know, it just doesn't feel as large as the blade indicates. If you look at most knives that are 3.5, 3.75, right, overall blade length like this, they feel much larger. But because of the way he can do that, get all that blade into the handle, it makes it feel normal. You know, this doesn't feel obnoxiously large. It feels like a great size knife. So, yeah, I really like it. So, good job, Josh. You picked up a good one here. So there we go. There's a random unboxing video for you guys. We had, I think, I can't remember what video I'm doing. The high grain design slip. This thing is gorgeous. It's really, really nice. We have the fidget one as well right here. So we have that stuff from Justin. And then I just wanted to show you this Roby Von light I've been carrying. And then we have the Evo. And of course we have the Subvert here from Spyderco. There you go. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think down below. I appreciate it. I would love to hear in the comments, what is your favorite flashlight right now? What's your favorite EDC flashlight that you're rocking? I really like this thing quite a bit from Roby Von. So, love you guys. Link to all this stuff down below. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I catch you later.